Okay, welcome to Bro Mahaya. Hello. And then Sis Nabila, Sis Anissa, thank you so much for coming. Okay, so today that we will we learned about business. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Useful phrases for business presentations. Well, actually I want to ask first to Bro Mahaya because you are the one and only student here, I think. So what about you, like in the school that you always like have a presentations in English or something like that?
Oh, English. There is an English lesson
Mm-hmm.
and there is some presentation, but never like a presentation from PowerPoint. But sometimes there are presentation like you need to make a text of this and present it in front of class. So in English, that's probably it. For PowerPoints, I think the last time I used PowerPoints was for in Kampung English Chill, but it was
Mm-hmm.
in Business One and Business Chill.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Different class.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes, there is presentation, but never like presentation with PowerPoint or something informal. Probably it's just like present whatever you have on your paper. That's it.
Oh,
Never
present.
something formal. Yeah, not something
Mm.
that's formal. Like yeah.
Okay, but it's in English.
Yes, it's English.
Oh, it's in English. Okay. Okay, so thank you, Mahaya. So probably that this kind of things that it's already common for some of you. It's just because, of course, in the company, for example, that of course it's used to do this kind of things. And so just let's jump to this material. So useful praises for business presentation. So of course that the goals is we are able to know and do a formal presentations with a formal choices of words and phrases. And then for non-native speakers, giving a presentations in English can be quite challenged, of course, because that's not our native language. There are just so many aspects to consider. And then firstly, okay, firstly, the audience, we have to know that we really know them all. So just we make sure first that who is the audience. So we make sure that we really know about them well gitu, atau kayak it's like a guest atau from another company gitu ya. Jadi we know that what kind of language that we can choose. It can be like formal, like really formal, or it can be like non-formal phrases gitu ya. And then in which case more informal language can be used, or are they unfamiliar to you? So if this is the case, then more formal expression should be adopted. And then whether you use more formal or informal language, it is important to engage with the audience through positive body language. So don't forget, when you just like have you in the presentations, sometimes that we need to show that our expressions with body language, how we talk and everything, like with expressions. I believe that all of you it's already expert with this kind of things. And then of course with a warm welcome, and then with our tones, sometimes that we have to really concerns about how about our tones. Yeah, our tones, sometimes it can be like misunderstanding as well. And then with the expressions gitu ya, buat probably for some peoples that they are not really like full expressions, like they like or they are able to smile that much in the presentations, for example. So for some people it can be like a bit under pressure gitu ya. So we have to learn about that, the tone. Kadang sometimes when we really not used to in front of audience, a lot of people, sometimes we will feel under pressure, dan kadang-kadang itu akan bikin intonasi dan cara kita ngomong itu sangat cepat jatuhnya. Dan it's not really good. Jadi jatuhnya kayak kita tuh sangat nervous, ada yang bisa sangat cepat ngomongnya, bahkan sometimes itu bisa bikin blank gitu ya. And the changes of intonations, and then additional useful tool, and you might consider asking them relevant questions. And then the audience also need to see clear and logical structure to follow you effortlessly. And then use linking expressions, like I told you before. And then when delivered well, and then provide effective bridges, atau jadi pakai antara penghubung dari yang pertama, dari yang statement pertama kita sampai ke selanjutnya. Jadi just remember the point that day 1 to day 5 that we learned about. Jadi ada praisesnya. Jadi semua itu ada patternnya, how the way we have to talk in the presentations gitu. Jadi susunannya itu tertata gitu ya. Jadi nggak jumping dari one to another point gitu. and then guiding the audience from one point to the next. Jadi ada bridgingnya. Make sure kalau sana when we presentations about something, there is a bridging, ada connectingnya between one to the next point. And then here are 30 useful phrases you can use in your presentation. So Bro Wahyu, could you just help me to read this one, please?
Introduction. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. Let me start by saying a few words about my own background. As you can see on the screen, our topic today is, my talk is particularly relevant to those of you who this talk is designed to act as a springboard for discussion. This morning or afternoon, I'm going to take a look at the recent developments in.
Okay, so thank you so much, Bro Wahyudi, for the introduction. Well, I want to ask you, like, do you have any experience, like bad experience, or have you ever just like be in the presentations but with English, for example? Have you ever been in that positions?
I don't have experience presentation in English.
Oh, so it's in Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Okay. So thank you, Bro Wahyudi. Okay, so next is about, okay, so this one, wait, this one is about introduction. So this is what it is. Jadi pasti kita pakai opening dulu ya. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, but don't say good night, of course, because good night is only for saying goodbye when you are it's at night. That's the point. And then everyone, welcome to my presentations, and then give your intention. So what is that? What is all about? But thank you first to them that they're already coming, of course. And then let me start by saying a few words about my background, la 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 la. And then as you can see on the screen, our topic today is about these, la 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 la. And then you just like going in deeper about the material that you want to talk. My talk is particular, atau my topic today is about la 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 la. Or my presentations is particularly relevant to those of you who is la 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 la. Sana of you who is design whatever, like for example siapa gitu orangnya ya. And then this talk is designed to act as a springboard for discussions. Dan jangan lupa juga ditutup lagi. This I'm going to take a look. Oh, ini contoh kalimat yang terakhir. This morning atau this afternoon I'm going to take a look at recent development in bla bla bla. Itu adalah contoh pilihan kata-katanya ya. And then about the presentation structure. So, Sis Devia, could you just help me to read this one, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so presentation structure, yeah?
Yeah. In my presentation, I'll focus on 3 major issues. This presentation is structured as follows. The subject can be looked at under the following headings. We can break this area down into the following fields. And go ahead with timing.
Yeah, with timing, yes, with timing.
Timing, it will be take about X minutes to cover these issues. Handouts, does everybody have a handout or copy of my report? I'll be handing out copies of the slides at the end of my talk. I can email the PowerPoint presentation to anyone who would like it. Don't worry about taking notes. I've put all the relevant statistics on a handout for you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sis Devia. Okay, so first is about presentation structure. So in my presentations, I will focus on 3 major issues. So you just like explain like how many things that you want to focus, like what is about the part that you want to talk. And then it can be like this presentation is structured as follows. And then the subject can be looked at under the following headings. And then we can break this area down into the following fields. And then about the timing, it will take that you have to mention that how many minutes that you will take for the presentation, for example. So for example, like it will take about 15 minutes to cover about these issues, or you can say like it will take like about, for example, 20 minutes to present about this point. So you are already tell them like this is the time for me to talk. I need this kind of minutes, for example seperti itu. And then handouts, does everybody have a handout? Jadi make sure bahwa setiap orang itu sudah punya handouts-nya atau copy dari report yang akan kita presentasiin, karena supaya it will helpful. Jadi mereka itu akan attach and then attentions with your presentations gitu ya, karena mereka sudah punya handout-nya. And then bisa juga dilanjutin dengan I'll be handing out of copies of the slides at the end of my talk. Jadi make sure bahwa mereka itu tidak sibuk mencatat, tapi kalian sudah memberitahu bahwa saya akan kasih kopinya dari setiap slide saya. Jadi intinya you just focus with me dan gitu ya. And then bisa juga pakai kalimat I can email the PowerPoint presentations to anyone who would like it. Bisa juga pakai don't worry about taking notes. I've put all the relevant statistic on a handout for you. Nah, jadi boleh di make sure bahwa aku sudah mempersiapkan notes-nya and I already prepare for the handout that it's already I gave to you, for example. Jadi just focus with me because I already prepare about the handout seperti itu. And then this one, and then about the question. So I will ask, wait, Bro Yosua probably. Could you just help me to read this one, Bro Yosua? The questions, sequencing, phrases, blah 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 sampai bawah.
Questions. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. If you don't mind, I'd like to leave question until the end of my talk. There will be time for Q&A session at the end. Sequencing phrase. My first point concerns blah blah blah. First of all, I'd like to give you an overview of blah blah blah. Next, I'll focus on blah 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 and then we'll consider blah blah blah. Then I will go on to highlight what I see as the main point of blah blah blah. Highlighting information. I'd like to put the situation into some kind of perspective. I'd like to discuss in more depth the implication of. I'd like to make more detailed recommendation regarding blah blah blah.
Okay. Wait, this one. Okay, so about the question, thank you so much, Bro Yosua. Okay, so first is about the question. So of course that we will offer to them like, oh, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And then if you don't mind, I'd like to leave questions until the end of my talk, and then there will be time for questions and answer sessions. Kadang-kadang, there is a people like not really patient, like patient type of person. Jadi mereka tuh sometimes they just like will interrupt you in the middle of your presentations gitu ya. Jadi sometimes that we have to remind them kalau karena the cultures in every company itu different. Kadang-kadang ada yang mereka yang memang allow to interrupt, tapi ada juga yang biasanya enggak gitu ya. Jadi when you are the presenter, so you just mention to them like, okay, if you don't mind, I'd like to give you a time for a question and answer session at the end of the sessions. Jadi just be patient a bit and then focus with me and then just collect about their question and answer. And then I will give you the proper time and then I will answer gitu. Kadang-kadang supaya tidak terpotong-potong. Tapi if you don't mind, if they just interrupt you, so it's fine gitu ya. And then sequencing phrases, bisa pakai my first point concerns, and then first of all, I'd like to give you an overview of, bisa juga pakai next, I'll focus on, blah, 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 and then we will consider about what. And then I'll go on highlight what I see as the main point of, and then for highlighting the informations that we have to say about, I'd like to put the situations into some kinds of perspective. Or I'd like to discuss in more depth in the implications of, and then it can be like I'd like to make more detailed recommendations regarding gitu ya. Sebenarnya itu sama aja kayak Indonesia, cuman kita Inggrisin nah gitu intinya. Tapi di sini udah beberapa dengan kalimat-kalimat yang memang formal gitu. Bahasanya memang untuk kalimat meeting. Okay, so is there any one of you that probably Sis Yosi or another one that I don't know, like, is there any one of you already like have an experience before to presentations about something in the company, for example, but in English?
Yes, I have a experience for
Mhm,
give a presentation
mhm.
to my company in English.
Okay, so what it's all about, and then have you ever experienced about like funny things or like bad experience or something like you didn't never expected before or something like that that you can share?
Uh,
Something that you cannot forget about the presentations, for
yeah,
example.
screaming the kids. Actually, I was a presentation about the new inventory system software in my
Mhm,
company. Because I'm handle for the project, and then
mhm,
I have to presentation to the all manager
mhm,
in my company, because my company is a PMA, foreign company. That why we have to presentation in English.
mhm,
That so far, yeah. Even that I'm not perfect in English,
mhm,
they understand what I'm talk about.
mhm. Oh, okay. So it's for with foreigner. So the experience is that just because you at that time you presented in front of the foreigner, if even that you think that you didn't speak well about English, but they understand.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So that's the memorable about presentations that you had.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. Okay, so thank you so much, Sis Yosi.
Welcome.
Mhm. Tapi pernah nggak presentations in English tapi in front of Indonesian, sana only Indonesian?
Yeah. Because I have to divide into class.
Mhm,
One is pure in English.
mhm,
There is a manager, foreign manager,
mhm,
but another is in the local employee. So,
mhm,
but we have to speak in English because my uh, directors wants me to speak also in English with them to
mm.
understand. So
Oh,
they know and understand about the what is because the software is in English. So
mhm,
to make them familiar with that, it's a little
mm,
bit difficult when I have presentation in local, because
mhm,
uh, the the staff in the back office mostly cannot speak English very
mhm,
well.
mhm,
But in the front office, of course, because we are in the resort, that why frontliner is have to speak English very well.
mhm,
Because that why it's a little bit challenge when have to talk with the
mhm,
local, uh, but it's okay because they also we learn together.
mhm. Oh, okay. So at that time that you learn together at the
Yeah.
same times. Okay. Okay, it's cool. Thank you so much, Sis Yosi, for sharing.
Okay.
What about the other? Is there any one of you that have ever experienced like with English presentations, or like have experience like I don't know, like something like memorable about presentations, for example? Is there any one of you? Wait, I will ask them. What about Sis Anissa? Are you there? Hello? Okay, so are you available to talk?
Yes.
Okay, so what about you? Like, have you ever experienced about like, do you have any experience related about the presentations, for example, something that you cannot forget?
But not in English, maybe.
Oh, not in English. It's fine. But something that you can
Yeah.
share, for example.
Yeah. I have presenting to some of my some of branch office
Mm-hmm.
in Jawa Barat.
Maybe because I'm too nervous and the topic is too much difficult
Oh,
for
okay.
too much difficult and too much high tech for the older people. So when the Q&A session, there are there are silent.
Oh, they are silent. They
There's no-
didn't say anything.
yeah,
Oh,
they didn't say
okay.
anything. I don't know whether they are understand or
They don't know what they have to say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what did you do at that time? So if they're like everybody is really quiet, like they don't give you a questions. So what did you do at that time?
I just review the presentation, but just I just summarize the presentation, and then there are one or two people finally ask the question. After
Oh,
that.
finally there is someone just asked the question.
Yeah, after I summarize.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Okay.
they just want to summarize to hear the summary because I spoke too fast before, so they couldn't understand what I said.
Okay. But have you ever just like, for example, that you are in the middle of the presentations and then you are as an audience, but have you ever just like give them feedback? Waktu
Give
pas lagi sis
feedback,
Anissa yang
yeah.
jadi itunya. Jadi audiens ya, for
Yeah,
example.
I quite sering. How
Often?
do I say sering? Okay. I often give feedback for another presentation from other people because I always be focused for I like learning, so I just like to give feedback to other presentation.
Oh, you always give feedback.
Yeah, not always, but yeah, often.
Okay. But when you just give a feedback, like you give feedback, like really like you tell the truth, or just like, you know, like a cliche answer most of the times. Like sometimes that we are Indonesians, we really like cliche, right? Like when we give a feedback or respond, biasanya pasti kayak, oh, waktu temennya nanya kayak, it's what about my presentation? Oh, it was good, gitu.
Oh, I often ask this question. I really don't understand. Not the feedback, just validate.
Oh, oke. Jadi bukan feedback, kasih feedback tentang presentasinya ya, tapi lebih kayak kasih pertanyaan gitu maksudnya.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so thank you so much, Sis Anissa. Yeah, thank you. It's really good to share with you, actually. What about the other? What about Sis Nabila? Do you have any experience before, Sis Nabila?
I think nothing, sis. Apalagi kalau learn English because I'm learn English recently.
Oh, okay. What about in Indonesian presentations? Have you ever have you have the experience?
Yes, but I think it's naturally biasa aja.
Oh, okay. Jadi nggak ada no issues ya?
Yes.
Okay. Okay then. So thank you, Sis Nabila.
Yeah, thank you, sis.
Okay, wait. Tunggu sebentar. What about Bro Ricky? Have you ever got the experience when you are in the middle of presentations, for example? Instead of, it's fine, like it can be like in English, it can be in Indonesian, for example. Do you have like something that you cannot forget?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, yeah. Actually, my daily is present to other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I selling B2B in my company. So maybe I have an experience.
B2B itu apa ya?
Business to business.
Oh,
so I
okay.
sell jasa. So when I try to present in Indonesia, and then one of the audience talk to me, Mas Ricky, can you present in English because my boss here gitu kan. Dan bosnya itu orang Inggris asli gitu kan, natif gitu ya. jadi aku bilang nggak apa-apa, nanti di mix aja gitu, kalau misalkan ada yang ini ada yang kurang ngerti gitu ya, nanti aku bantu, kata dia kan. So I start with overview my company, and then tell audience about jasa. Jasa tuh apa ya?
Service.
Service, about service, and then mix with bahasa, help by audience. And when the boss asked to me about service, blah 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 blah, I cannot to.
You cannot understand.
Yeah, I cannot to understand because in Netherlands, if any people talk like Adele.
Adele, yeah.
I cannot understand, and I difficult to reply the question.
Okay, because they have accent.
But the audience is okay gitu, Mas, maksudnya begini, tapi responnya oke sih gitu. Jadi mereka tuh kayak orang sananya tuh memaklumi gitu.
Oke, karena memang it's not our native language ya.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's true. Okay, so thank you so much, Bro Ricky, for sharing. Well, actually, it's true that every time that you talk, like, berarti kurang lebih mirip-mirip ya sama si Yosi tadi pengalamannya ya. Jadi, when you explain, like, or when you already, like, for example, there is a moment that you have to present about something in front of someone, but it's a foreigner. So, I will tell you the truth. Don't be scared first. Jadi, jangan nervous duluan. Karena apa? Karena mereka itu tidak judgmental. Jadi memang I can tell 99.9999%, kayaknya hampir 100% ya. 100% foreigner that I've met in a business or in a personal life, they never judge you how the way you talk gitu intinya. Jadi mereka tuh bukan tipe orang yang memang judgmental. Jadi jangan, kadang kitanya yang udah jiper duluan gitu. Jadi sebenarnya mereka itu lebih tidak judgmental dibanding compare dan Indonesian itself. Jadi kalau seandainya kita tuh presentation sama orang Indonesia, but you have to speak in English, it will be another issues because they will complain everything about your grammar, about your pronunciations. They will say that you didn't really you didn't explain well, blah blah blah. They will complain everything. Jadi gitu bedanya ya. Tapi kalau seandainya foreignernya, mereka tuh yang penting mereka ngerti, mereka nyampe pesennya. Jadi I don't care about your grammar and everything. Yang penting saya nangkep gitu intinya. Tapi kalau orang Indonesia, dia fokus ke cara kalian ngomong daripada ke poin yang kalian omongin gitu. Intinya seperti itu. Karena sebenarnya basicnya bahasanya Indonesia, tapi mereka tuh jadi kayak rada underestimate sometimes gitu ya. Jadi kalau udah ketemunya sama foreigner, be confident. Itu yang pertama. Karena mereka tidak terlalu peduli sama bahasa Inggris kalian sebenarnya. Yang penting tuh bisa ngomong kayak sekarang, how the way you talk right now, it's already good. Jadi kalau ada presentations, you don't have to be scared. Ya, tetap harus perlu di-upgrade. Tapi itu sudah oke gitu. Jadi jangan takut duluan. Kadang-kadang karena rasa takutnya, your fear is bigger. Jadi kadang-kadang itu bisa beat your confidence gitu intinya. Jadi you just like have to conquer your fears gitu ya. Jadi harus mengalahkan fears-nya. Seperti itu. Okay, so I will wait the questions in the breakout room that I want to talk about. Wait. I think I want to talk about entrepreneur for tonight. So, would you like if there is an opportunity for you to be an entrepreneur, or in the other hands, there is someone just offer you a good job with a good salary, for example, but there is another opportunity exactly at the same times that you have chance to open your own business. Which one do you choose? Okay, you prefer to work with someone else with a good salary, or you prefer to open your own business, and tell them why. You share what is the reasons. And if you choose to open your own business, so what kind of business that you will choose and why? Okay, that's the point.